Oh, okay. It's probably best to close drawers before we try to record it. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be speaking about spiritual growth and just some important things to know before you get into it, just so when you're faced with these issues that you don't kind of feel like, oh, it's not for me kind of thing. So I feel like a lot of people have a lot of expectations about spiritual growth. They feel like, oh, it's about meditating and becoming one with the gods and the spirits and stuff like that. So you already are able to connect with what is higher. Like that, it's just a part of your DNA. It's a part of who we are. We're automatically able to connect with one another. It's something that's already there. So that's not something that you need to really strive for. What you need to strive for is literally just knowing yourself. That's all you need to know. Knowing yourself, knowing your bad habits, and then everything else just kind of comes. Because like when I was going through my spiritual journey, I'll just say, don't expect it to be pretty, for one. It's not pretty. It's really, really ugly because you have to unlearning everything that you thought or that you think that you are is not easy, and it hurts because it's like your whole life, your whole existence changes, and you have to realize, man, I've been hurting myself, or I've been separating myself, I've been hurting other people, I'm not who I thought I was. And you have to be really, really open to understanding that, for a little while you're gonna feel bad about who you've been. Like that's a part of the spiritual journey. Just if you're gonna feel bad about like things you've done, said, thought, either about yourself or others, that's just a part of it. The next step after that is being able to forgive yourself for it. So first, be honest with yourself about who you've been, and then forgive yourself for it, because you can't fix what you don't know. So you can't just expect to be better in the future. You do have to kind of like look back and see who you've been and understand the weight of the past and how that's changed you and how that's formed who you are. Like you have to understand these things. Otherwise, they're going to come up in your future and they're going to just set you back. They're going to keep setting you back over and over and over again. Like that's the process that I went through for years, literally setting myself back. I would get like 10 steps forward and then 20 steps back. You know how they have that saying, even though it's like 5 steps forward, 10 steps back. Anyway, it's pretty much like that. You end up catching yourself going back and back and back. And like I said, it's best to just kind of try to take inventory, which is why it's important to have a journal. Try to take inventory of the most impactful events of your life, things that you probably don't want to think about, but you need to think about it, and you need to assess how it's changed you and how it's impacted you, how it's changed your life. So go back, understand, forgive yourself, and then you can start building and moving forward. So once you forgive yourself, it's easier to love yourself. So for me, like once I forgave everything that I was, everything that I've done, and forgiven other people in my life, I've been able to love myself more by like just what I eat, how I treat myself, the mental chatter, how I talk to myself, and all, like I've been able to change that because I've been able to go back, understand, and forgive. And one thing I really want to focus on that I just said was the mental chatter. The way you talk to yourself in your mind matters. The way you regard yourself is important. And in the beginning, in the beginning of your spiritual journey, after not being so aware, that voice is typically from people, or it starts from your parents, and then after that it's like people who like maybe were your friends but not really your friends, and they've said harmful things to you, siblings that have said harmful things to you, teachers, mentors, anyone that you valued their opinion and they said something to you, and that's just kind of the mental chatter. That's how you talk to yourself in your head. So when you have that mental chatter, the most important thing to know when you're trying to change it is that it's not you. You are who you choose to be. You are who you tell yourself you are. And it doesn't have to have any kind of background of anyone else. Me, when I changed my mental chatter, I took it from, like, I watch a lot of YouTube videos, motivational videos and stuff like that. So how I want to talk to myself, I'm like, ooh, I like that. I'm going to take that and I'm going to tell that to myself. Ooh, I like that. I'm going to take that and I'm going to tell that to myself. And I make it really important that I'm around people who don't mess up my molding of who I am, because other people can definitely fuck that up, especially in the beginning. And just try to look for either videos, music. I am so sensitive to everything that I take into my life because it all has to do with the mental chatter. So I like to have a certain kind of music that I listen to that encourages me and empowers me and helps me understand who I am as a person, who I want to be, who I'm making myself. So I recommend that you would do the same. Just whoever you look up to, like famous people, successful people that you look up to, like watch their videos. I'm pretty sure they have something on YouTube because they say success leaves clues. So I'm pretty sure they have a video on YouTube or something anywhere. Just like take from it and start playing it in your head. Wake up in the morning, play their videos, play that music that's going to empower you. Like start that, like start there, and then keep telling it to yourself just throughout your day. Think what I would always ask myself is, the person I want to be, what would they do in this situation? So it's like, I want to be a happier person. How would a happier person see this situation? Or I'm like, I want to be a healthier person. How would a healthier person feed themselves? How would a healthier person work out? How would a fit person work out? And whatever they would do, I would do it. Whatever they would say, I would say it. Whatever they would think, I would think it. And I would train myself that way until I was able to actually like create my own mind. I was able to create my own mind. And a lot of people, I know you feel like you created your own mind, but ultimately you are a product of your past. Unless you are 100% fully aware of everything that has happened to you and how it's affected you and how you've processed it, you are a product of your past. And that's okay, because almost everyone is. The most important part to know is just that you have 110% control over that. How you take everything, how you think about yourself, what you can and cannot do. That's an important one too. Like, don't be afraid to take chances on who you want to be. Never say like, oh, well, I could never do that. I used to tell myself that I'm not a runner. Like, I'm not a runner. I don't run. And I don't think I ever could. But then I trained myself to be a runner. So now I like to run. I love running. It's fun. Like jogging and stuff like that. Like I have endurance and it's awesome. Like I don't get tired as easily. It feels really good to run for me now. And it's like, come to think, like I never used to think that I was capable of anything like that. Like I never thought I could. And like it's the same for you. Like I'm no different. I was like over 200 pounds and didn't want to do anything. I didn't work out. I liked eating really unhealthy food. I could like down a whole bag of Doritos just cuz with the whole sub sandwich. And that was me. That was my life. That's who I was. That's who I let myself become because of the past. Went flying because of the past. But I kind of became unhappy with that. Like that's the most important part too. Like there's so many important parts that if you're unhappy with yourself, you do have the power to change it. It takes work, but it's worth it. It's like nothing you can ever experience. Just to go on that journey, all you need to do is start and then keep making effort. And then one thing that I actually kind of just recently been able to word out is to give yourself time to become who you want to be. It's not going to happen right away. And even if like you make one good choice, and then you make another bad choice, it doesn't mean that all your work is gone. Like you have to get used to it. You have to unlearn. Just like how learning takes time, unlearning also takes time. And to be honest, for me, I feel like it's more time because it's like you're already used to doing something so often and then now you have to not do it anymore. That's rough. But just know that I believe in you. I know you can do it because I can do it, and I'm no better than anyone else. So work hard, trust in yourself, and go on that journey because it's 110% worth it. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Please subscribe. I would love that. Thank you. Have a blessed day, y'all.